Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday, and today we're looking at this most powerful cane move, how to apply it, and I'm going to give you a bonus there that most don't think of it when you think of this particular application. But hey, as always, a warm welcome, especially if you're here for the first time. Before we both forget, if you love the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon so that you don't miss any future content. You have free resources, by far the most important one, the no-cost cane clarity call. Have you scheduled yours? We like to schedule it to dedicate our undivided attention to listen to you. Listen to why is it that you're watching these segments? What is it that attracts you about this tool? And most importantly, how can you get properly cane trained in the comfort of wherever you are in the world? That's what we do at ACSD. You do that by texting the letter CCC to the number on the screen. In less than 24 hours, we will be on that phone call with you. And also, ACSD now has Facebook groups that are open to the general public. They're private groups. All you have to do is request entry and they will let you right in. Most refer to this, we refer to it in ACSD as a windshield wiper, right? You see why. And the way we do that at ACSD, and by the way, very powerful, right? So some will say, hey, up to 200 miles an hour with that strike, coming to the inside. And the way we like to do that at ACSD is we like to do it with respect to the guard zone. The guard zone, the imaginary rectangle that comes right across here. And these are the areas that you would get attacked. These are the target zones. But notice that when we do that, we like to do it with the elbows tucked in. That does not change. They're close by the ribs. You'll see the striking happens there. You'll never see it happen out here. What's the context in which we can use this? Well, the first one, if you notice, we're doing this straight up from a reverse grip. That's where the horn is pointing away from us. So we like walking around with this. In particular, so these days you can have a palm rest on there, something that looks like this, and it's very comfortable to rest from there. And then if you need to explode, bang, there you have it. So the movement essentially looks this way. And so you're maximizing the length, the reach of the tool. So if we're here, it's something that can happen at this level. So one of the ways you can use it is if you find yourself in a bad situation with more than one assailant. Notice that it happens here at the level, at eye level. And the reason for that is because when it's happening up here, anything you see coming up here, you will naturally gonna flinch, and that reach means I can hit here, potentially hit all the way through and then come back. So it gives you that, if you're not striking anything, it will at the very least give you an opportunity where that opponent might have to hesitate. And in combat, those moments are crucial, because that can, in essence, allow you or send a signal and say, wow, that's not I thought that was a crutch, and it's not. And you hear it whisking through the air, right, with power. And you're gonna do that tight. So in ACSD, you never have just that one strike. You typically are gonna come back, the hips are gonna be in, but look at the elbows. It's here, kind of like when you're fighting, so it's gonna move from here to here. Those principles do not change. And the reason for it is obviously because you don't want to leave yourself open. So the first way that it can be used is to keep individuals at bay. The second way is to actually make contact. Now, this is a matter of distancing, because there's two ways you can do this. I can either, she's holding up a target for me, just an imaginary target, I'm not gonna, right? I can either strike moving towards that target, but I can also adjust with that target moving back here. and being able to strike and come back if necessary. So I can strike to the inside, but I can also use it coming right across. Now, if you're an ACSD student, you will know strikes that are coming to the inside as 3s and anything coming back in the other direction as a 4. So you're looking at it as a way of doing a 4, but you're maximizing it by you're maximizing the flexibility here in the tool, but also the reach when you're taking it by the horn and crook. So that's one of the ways you can do it, and it's happening here. My recommendation is that you actually take a bag, take a stack of tires, and make contact so the grip, you start conditioning the grip when you do that. So you're striking from here to here, you come right back, practice that. Notice that there's a pivot here to one way or the other, and this is one of those exercises that we use to go either way. Whatever you do with one hand, you do with the other. The other way of using it, the second way, or third way of doing it, I'm going to give you a bonus here at the end that you may not, most people don't think about, is that you can use it here, you can use it down low, so that if I might be looking at you, and then without telegraphing, if she comes in to move in, see, it gives me the opportunity to move away from and strike. This is a position that you have it in sobrevivencia. Those of you that follow, it's very common, but it's always that cover hand to the top, and it'll allow you to come through here, and because I have it, I can always come back. Now, listen, in flow, when we flow, we're used to this type of movement, which is a game in the distance, forward, back, and also you want to condition here. You want to make contact, like I mentioned, so that you're not just shadow boxing. I'm going to give you a bonus. Think about this. When you look at it from the perspective, ACSD, flow in particular, it's movement based. Don't just focus. We don't focus so much on the technique. You're taking a principle and you're focusing on the movement. It can be used up close. The windshield wiper movement is, when you look at it with a cane, everybody just thinks, well, it's out here. Not necessarily. Look at the movement. If I'm about to turn around here and I have an assailant on me, when I turn, they close that gap real quick, down low, and my arms are in. Let's assume both of my arms are in. This is a bad situation. That movement that comes, see, you can't tie this up. When you bring it up here and I establish my base, I can use it to apply pressure on the cervical, you see that, on the spine, or even to the back of the head, right, to control. And don't you have an application, right, you've seen it before on a tackle, and you come in here and the chest comes down low, you come from here. But what if you were caught in that reverse grip, and now it's coming, and it's up, well, look at my hand, she's got that arm, but I can bring it across. See that? That's this movement here that gets practice. She's tapping right away, because what are you going to do? Wherever the head goes, the body has to follow, and here you have that turn to take down. Thank you for that. You're bringing it right across, right? And so it comes from here. I'm not going to get into it in this segment, but I will point out that everything that you're seeing here has an empty hand equivalent. And those of you that are coming new to ACSD, you have the option today that others didn't have years ago. When you come in, you can learn it. You can learn the cane and the empty hand the way I put it together decades ago. And from the onset, you can learn all this with that windshield wiper. Those movements, everything has an empty hand equivalent for times you don't have this tool or you drop this tool. So it's been a tactical self-protection art from day one. And the best way to learn and have all your questions answered is by texting CCC to the number on the screen. And again, we'll schedule that call, and you're going to walk out of there knowing a lot more, having an actual plan that you can start putting to work so that you can actually get trained. What a concept. Okay, thanks for watching. Keep caning and stay safe.